Another big story we're following for you now. The murder trial of Chad Daybell is underway in Boise, Idaho. He's charged with killing his first wife and his new wife's two youngest children. Opening statements began this morning, and the first witnesses were brought to the stand. So for more on this, we go to Cade Gardner live in Boise this evening. Cade, what's the overall feeling there today at the courthouse?
Yeah, Brian, well, I actually spoke to family members of Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's first wife, and I spoke to people who attended every single day of Lori Vallow Daybell's trial, and almost every single person I spoke to today said that they felt like today's opening statements were disappointing. Rob Wood gave the opening statements for the state, using his time to talk about the death of Chad Daybell's wife, Tammy Daybell, and the subsequent deaths of his new wife, Lori Vallow Daybell's children, Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. Wood says there is a pivotal date that set in motion the three deaths, October 26, 2018, when Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell met at a religious conference in St. George, Utah. Wood says even though Lori and Chad were both married at the time, they both began texting each other and were soon infatuated.
In his thirst for sex, power, and money, Chad created an alternate reality where they called themselves James and Elena, names that Chad claimed were from past lives they had put together. The defendants' text messages reveal their story of lust and their plan for a future together.
Chad Daybell's attorney using his time to tell the jury to listen to the arguments and wait until the very end to make their decision.
Don't be distracted by speculation. Don't be distracted by guesses or assumptions or hunches. It all comes down to facts and evidence.
The first and only witness today, a Rexburg detective who described the last known proof of life regarding the victims.
We were exhausting every effort to find JJ, so we would call his siblings, family members, any family friends, anybody that might know whereabouts JJ.
Tammy Daybell's aunt, Vicki Hoban.
Our belief is that Tammy was in great shape in the prime of her life.
Is one of a handful of people to tell us the opening statements were disappointing, for her especially because Chad Daybell's attorney will be calling Mr. Daybell's children, who've stood by his innocence this whole time, to the stand during the trial.
I think we should give them a minute and see what they have to say, because those are her kids, and we love them and their family, and that's it, and we just want the truth to come out, whatever that is.
And it could take up to 10 weeks to figure out what that truth is. That's how long this trial could last. Now, I also spoke to a woman today who I met at Lori Vallow Daybell sentencing nearly a year ago. She attended every single day of that trial as well, as planning to do the same for this one. And she told me today's opening statements felt more like people were talking about a garage sale rather than the murder and death of three people. Live in Boise, Cade Gardner. Brian, back to you.